Everyone, today for this special.
I'd like to thank everyone for you, every one of you for joining us.
Thank you. Bulabinakan, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our host, Honorable Sajid Anand, his good wife and the children, Joel, of course, our Assistant Minister Vijay Nath, who's there, and all the other invited guests. Of course, the gentleman from Carlton Brewery, Paradise Beverages, very opportune that we're opening a liquor store here too. Ladies and gentlemen, I of course won't be very long, but it gives me much pleasure to be here. More so because last night actually I was down in Lodala Bay Road, Fatty's old shop, as it's commonly known. And at the bottom of that, in the back part of the building, there's another, small businessman who's done an investment where he's set up pool tables. People can come and drink Yongona on the side. He's got a VIP room, entertainment. And these are small businesses that are contributing significantly to the Fijian economy. As Joel was saying, micro, small, medium enterprises, a lot of people don't realize it, but just from reading the notes that were sent to me about this business, they're probably employing directly or indirectly about 9 or 10 people. So if you have, 100 of such businesses employing 9 or 10 people, that's a lot of people. And we don't think about that from that perspective. But of course, it's not just that business, but because they're giving business to other people, so it has a multiplier effect. And that's quite significant. And this is why in the budget you saw that we announced, we've offered a $200 million package where micro, small, medium enterprises have been given an opportunity to borrow money from any of the banks. And unfortunately, Baroda, Westpac, and ANZ have not participated in that space. But they borrow money at 0.25% from the Reserve Bank of Fiji, and then they on-lend it to any of the businesses at no more than 3.99%. And for the first 2 years, they don't do any repayments because government will pay your interest rate for you for the first 2 years, and those banks that have participated, they don't actually expect you to do any principal repayments. So in fact, your liability commences in terms of repayments after 2 years. So those 2 years are very critical. It gives you the ability to stand on your feet, get your business model right, to be able to build up a certain amount of capital, and then you can start, of course, doing your repayments. And we've seen a huge uptake of that. And predominantly banks that have participated in this space are Bread Bank, BSP, Home Finance, and of course FDB that has the bulk of these loans. So I'd like to, also just make a comment that when we had the pandemic, a lot of businesses, in particular some of the larger businesses, kind of reeled back and held back and said, let's wait and see what happens. But what we have seen quite significantly is a lot of these smaller businesses took the higher risk. So even though the investment may be 20,000 or 50,000, comparatively to other businesses may not be in millions of dollars, but I can tell you that 50,000, that 20,000, that 100,000, in fact, is worth $1 million. In particular, when nobody else is investing. So the accumulation or culmination of that actually has meant, with the various, incentives provided by government, whether it's 360, 90, or what have you, all of that has combined to make sure that the economy keeps chugging along. And now we expect, of course, to it move at a much faster rate. So, a good business model always has been that those business people or those entrepreneurs who recognize an opportunity and invest at a time when others are not investing, they will reap the most. Because you have pre-positioned yourself for the economy. When the economy opens, you're there to take advantage of that. And as we've seen with the economy now, with the tourism arrivals beginning on the 1st of December, there's a lot of pickup in the economy. And we'd like to, of course, say to you that those business people who are here, please take advantage of that. because those risks are actually worth taking. There's risk in everything. It's how you manage those risks is what is critical. So I'd like to, of course, thank the Nunn family for their confidence in the economy, for their tenacity, because a lot of people obviously at that point in time, 2019, 2020, weren't willing to do so. They put up a new building in that period. And of course it will pay them dividends, and we'd like to wish them all the best. I understand some legal services will be issued from here very soon. And again, I mean, this is one of the things that we are doing. As you know, in this area, we are currently, we're calling for tenders very soon, where we are putting up a suburban bus terminal shuttle services up in Vale Levu. So, at the moment, for example, if I live here and I only take public transport, there is no bus service that takes me across the highway to the other side. There's only buses that start from Suva, comes to this side of the highway. If you want to go to the other side of the highway, you have to go back to Suva and catch the bus that goes to, for example, Nasinu Road or whatever. So this idea of the shuttle services is that we'll have smaller buses running around in these areas, on a 20-minute interval. So it makes it easy for people to travel in between. So a lady who's working in the garment factory in Nandawa, at lunchtime, if she quickly wants to go to LTA or quickly wants to go to Housing Authority or the health center, there should be shuttle services running around so she can go across to do that. If people are living here and they don't actually have a car, or they may not want to drive their car because they may want to have a few drinks or what have you, and they want to go and watch a movie at Roops, they can take the shuttle bus. So that's what we are trying to do. It also reduces our carbon footprint. It also means that people actually carry out their business activity, carry out their transactions close to where they live. They don't have to travel longer distances. And obviously, as you know, the longer distance we travel, the more carbon we burn. And more carbon we burn, obviously, we become less greener. So there's a number of issues, number of areas it does address. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a number of things happening. Keep your eyes and ears open for that. And once again, congratulations to the Nunn family. We wish you all the best, and be rest assured that you'll be doing well, and wish you all the best. I just wanted to say one last point, is that Triton, actually in Greek mythology, Triton was the son of Poseidon, who was the god of the sea. And obviously, the Greek gods in the Greek mythology were always immortals. And therefore, it means, hopefully, that your business will also be immortal. Thank you very much. Inaka.